All right, welcome back to the league. We're at season 7 here, week 3 at Autopolis. We had an exciting Division 2 race earlier. Thank you, Vergold, for streaming and commentating that earlier. So we got some exciting developments here today for our Division 1 race. And instead of the rain settings that we were using for Division 2, because there was essentially no rain on track, I think Dinosaur, the race organizer, will change the weather settings to make it so that we get some more wet conditions before the race start. Qualifying will be dry, so that will be a little less hectic for our drivers out on track. Right now, things are still getting settled and organized before we start qualifying. I think we're a couple minutes out before that starts, so just bear with me for a little bit. So in the meantime, let's go over the results, the standings, the current standings for Division 1. At the moment, Willie is our #1 driver with 51 points, representing Team.com. We have Taco Colazo in second place with 40 points, so 11 points down from Willie. Dip Dunkel in third place, tied with Sir Hames with 29 points. So a tight battle going on for third place, the last podium position. And then we have another tight battle for the 5th place. So Accession with 16 points, Bob with in 6th place with 15 points, and then Dinosaur in 7th with 12 points. Then we have Caesar Turtle in 8th, T-Bone 9th, B French 10th, Super Fun 11th, Rick James in 12th, Happy Hippo 13th, Ads 14th, and Ember in 15th. For our team standings, Team.com is running away with the Constructor Championship. Excuse me. With the Constructor Championship with 96 points, a full double of second place with of Art of Racing with 48 points. Then we got Beef Supreme in third place with 33, and Hoonigan Honeys in 4th with 32 points, so only one behind Beef Supreme. And finally, we have Threat Level Midnight in last place with 3 points. So Threat Level Midnight struggling to find some traction in Division 1, but they are doing pretty well in Division 2. So I think they're just getting a little bit unlucky in the Division 1 races so far in this season. Dinosaur has given us the 3-minute warning before qualifying begins. And we'll finally get underway to see who will start in pole position here at Autopolis. All right, so the qualifying procedure has started. We'll join our drivers on track in just a few moments. So again, the weather will be dry for qualifying, and then we will get a wet weather start. Currently on board with Dinosaur leaving the pits, leading our outlap here as Sir Hames tries to get some track position. So Sir Hames will lead the pack. Autopolis being a very technical track, as Rigold had pointed out in the Division 2 stream. So I think there's a lot of really interesting things that make this track very technical. One being the mix of fast and slow corners, and then having a lot of the corners in general have interesting topography and elevation changes, either mid to late corner. And so this changes how a driver should approach the exit speed and how to carefully manage the car's grip throughout the corner itself. In particular, this final sector here that Sir Hames is going through, there's a, let's see, switch this view. So this right-hander going up to this overcrest on the left side there can greatly unsettle the car due to the light weakness of the car when passing over the overcrest. The long right-hander here, slightly off camber, going into a compression here at the final end, final left-hand turn onto the straightaway. So we'll join Sir Hames for his opening qualifying lap, and we'll get a little track tour while we go through it. So turn one is a right-hander, almost blind at the apex. You can't really see the apex until it's too late, so you have to kind of know your reference points and be very, very consistent with them going into the turn. Turn three, I believe, is a tight right-hander. You want to compromise it just a bit to give you a better apex, double apex into the two left-handers going into the hairpin. So Hames getting decent exit speed out of the hairpin, which is important for this long left-hander and straight that follows going into turn 10. As you can see, a lot of tire squeal going into going through the left-hander there into turn 10 now. And turn 10 is incredibly off camber, very uphill, very little mechanical grip towards the exit of that corner. And then comes the opposite. You get a fast, high-speed corner with a lot more mechanical grip thanks to the compression near the apex there. And then another long right-hander until we get to this section 3, or this last sector of the track. Compromised right-hand turn. You want to hit the apex and line up the car so that the compression there doesn't throw your car, the car's rear, away from the car going into this final right-hander that will, get you back out on the straight. Yeah, I gotta fix the title here. Give me 1 second. Thanks for gold. So T-Bone has set our provisional pole position time with a 146.74. Sorry, 146.474. Only about a tenth ish ahead of Sir Hames. We got Anthony Colazzo sitting only 0.07 of a second behind Sir Hames, and Accession another 10th behind Anthony Colazzo. So the top positions are going to be very close. And as I say that, Willie sets a provisional pole position time of 1:45.7, nearly half a second faster than T-Bone. As we've seen in the past, T-Bone has has a lot of pace, has yet to deliver that pace into race results. So hopefully we'll be seeing that today from him. It's always nice to see anyone, just anyone, compete against Willie at this point. I think it would be nice to have someone challenge him at this point. Anthony Colazzo jumps into the pits, likely to get a new set of racing soft tires. So the racing soft tires here will be very useless. They don't last at all. And as you can see, I think it was Colazzo's pit stop, how both fronts were extremely worn down relative to the rears. And that's, again, thanks to these very fast, high-speed corners. So the turn after the first hairpin, the left-hander, is very destructive on that front right. You have the fast right-hander of turn 11, and then the final right-hander right before the start-finish straight. I mean, even turns 1 and 3 are also very, very tough on those front rights. So Kai sets a new record of 149. And this will actually be Kai's first time jumping into Division 1. I think Kai is substituting for... let's see here. Kai is substituting for racing... Let me pull this up and see who he's substituting for. Yeah, so I think Kai is substituting for Ember today. So good luck to Kai in his debut Division 1 race. Times at the top of the grid have not changed since the opening laps of qualifying, and I think this is due in part to the soft tires being very degrading very quickly.
Hello, hello. Walker.
I'd also like to report that we finally fixed our audio delay issue, so we won't be running into that this stream. B French rejoining the track there after going off and collecting some damage on that front left. Bob currently sitting in 7th place for Beef Supreme, just ahead of Ads from Threat Level Midnight, or Captain from Threat Level Midnight. Cecil Turtle sets a personal best of a 149.4. So Willie on a final lap. Let's see if Willie can improve on his time, 145.7. It'll be interesting to see if anyone can get close to that in this final qualifying lap. So he does not improve. It's okay though, because a 145.7 is an insanely fast time. We'll see if Sir Hames, T-Bone, or Anthony Colazzo will be able to get up there.
Morgan, can you hear me?
Accession improves, but does not improve his position. Same with Sir Hames. Improves time, but does not improve position. And T-Bone does not improve position either. We got Bob coming around the final corner. Does not improve as well. Cecil Turtle does not improve either. And I think this might be... We have one more car. Yep, here we go. Kai stepping up from Division 2. We'll see if Kai can... Oh no, as I say that, Kai loses the rear end of the car coming out of that very difficult and challenging technical corner. I think turn 15 and 16. As I mentioned earlier, turn 15 has that over crest going into the left hander of 16, which can make it very easy for a driver to lose the rear end of that car. Ryder, welcome to the commentary booth.
Hello, okay. Is my audio still good? Can you hear me?
Oh, weird. I can't hear you for some reason. I think it was my oh, what happened here? So we got a disconnect. Ryder, I also think it was my headphones weren't connected properly.
Oh, is this better?
There we go. Yeah, there we go. Welcome to the commentary booth.
Hello, hello.
We had the lobby just shut down, so we'll be waiting until it gets back up. The title banner got messed up. There we go. All right. Autopolis. Excited, not excited? What are your thoughts, predictions?
I don't know. Autopolis is a very interesting course. Many people do not like this track. And I mean, there's a lot of corners. I explain why. Yeah, I think it's a good racing track, though. Plenty of overtake opportunities.
Yeah, I feel like Autopolis is a very polarizing track, kind of like Fuji. Maybe not as much as Fuji, but I think the technical aspects, I think, make people not enjoy it as much. Whereas for someone like me, I actually like it a lot more because of those things. That's just me, though.
Yeah, I can see it. It's in some cars it doesn't have good flow, but I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, I've always liked it. I've always been okay with it. But it's definitely a tire chewer track, to say the least.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We just saw in qualifying how the racing softs maybe lasted like 3 laps, so probably won't see the racing softs at all in the race. That's assuming if our drivers will be starting the race on intermediate tires. Let's take a look at the weather. Oh boy. Okay, so there's a lot of rain.
There was a heavy prediction of rain.
So this is actually the pass. So this is about 30 minutes ago. And we're going to get up to the current time in just a bit here. So we'll see if the rain is going to continue or if it's going to stop. Oh no, it looks like it's going to continue. Oh my goodness.
It's going to be...
Oh, it's going to pour.
It's going to be a soaked track. It's going to be a soaked track the entire race.
All right.
Let's see how these guys can handle. No traction control. Let's see how their diff 2 can handle.
Dinosaur said, sorry, wrong button. So you mistakenly.
That's a big whoopsie.
Yeah. So rain, we got rain, and what a lot of people call the great equalizer. So rain oftentimes mixes it up quite a bit. And I think the thing that I enjoy about rain a lot is that racing all of a sudden becomes less of a like optimization and more of like an improvisation. And I think the improvisation part is to be able to find the grip on track as you're on it. And I think that's one of the abilities a driver can a really good driver can do well, right? They can adapt to different grip conditions on the fly.
And having to, on the fly, learn different braking points, different turn-ins. And at the end of the day, it's just going to show who has the better throttle control. We have no TC, minor ABS. It's going to come down to who can keep the car on track, essentially. Who's not going to be drifting through the corner.
Yep. Precisely. And you have to do all of that while racing potentially alongside other drivers. So it's going to be very exciting. I hope that someone will step up and bring the challenge to Willie, because Willie has just been dominating in races for too long. I do know that Willie is pretty decent in the rain. But we haven't seen any rain performances from anyone else yet. Yeah, qualifying just ended. We had to restart the lobby because our race organizer accidentally closed the lobby. So we're back up, and let me see if I can go back and look at the results somehow.
Yeah, but so far, past few races, we haven't noticed any sort of standalone performance. No one running away. There's always been close battles. Sure, stuff happens, but it's at the end of the day, it's no one's Willie Corsh always ends up on top, but so far it's always been a battle.
That is true. We saw in Montreal the first race. Willie won the first race, but by a corner. Like, he had to pass Colazzo in the last corner of the last lap, and that was super exciting. And I also think he potentially wouldn't have won the race if Sir Hames didn't spin out around turn 3, I think. So there's that too. But yeah, you're totally right. Like, it could be just like one thing, like a VSC or Willie makes a mistake. But I mean, I rarely see him make a mistake, but you know, it's much easier to make a mistake while it's raining.
And there's a lot of tricky off-camber corners. I can call it now. The hairpin turn, probably I need to look at the map. 10 turn probably 10.
The off-camber one, right?
Yeah, that's definitely a catch. So I can bet you now someone's going to end up wheel spinning and going sideways in that corner. And especially corner, I can look at the map. It's the like third to last, right there. Whoever's on screen now just lost it with the little bridge. That's always a
turn 15
dangerous corner to take.
Yeah, I was mentioning during qualifying that turn 15 is particularly tricky because of the little overcrest on the exit of the corner. So you kind of need to line up the car to go over it straight in order to get some good exit speed. But turn 15... But then you gotta
while planning for the next corner.
Yep, exactly. So it's tricky. And the fact that it's raining and you have less mechanical grip during those sections of the turns, like, multiply the trickiness by like several orders of magnitude. So rain will certainly complicate things for drivers this race. It's interesting too though, because turn 10 in particular, it might actually be faster in the rain to take a karting line. So basically just stay on the outside of the hairpin the entire time you're going through the corner. That actually might be faster because the camber is less aggressive on the outside, and you might actually have more grip on the outside too because the racing line isn't there. So I wonder if we'll see anyone try that out.
Maybe.
I wonder if, like, you know, we'll see when people are racing. We'll see if people take interesting lines to test where the grip is.
Yeah, it'll also be interesting to see who has sacrificed a bit of speed for more rear downforce. Isn't that the usual trick, or just recommendation is to decrease downforce for the rain?
Yep. And knowing the team captains, they were given the information ahead of time that it was going to rain and we're going to start on a wet track. So likely the setups are definitely going to be catered to a higher downforce. But Autopolis already being a pretty high downforce track though, so like, you can only put so much downforce in the tune.
True.
All right,
it is a downforce track. Oh, go on.
No, go ahead.
Well, see, it is a downforce track, but it's also decently average speed track, kind of like Fuji.
Mm-hmm.
You got decent amount of straights, and most of the corners are going to have an average speed, so downforce could be too much, you'd be going too slow.
That's true. All right, so let's take a look at our qualifying grid at the moment. I believe everything is set. So Willie will be starting from pole position alongside T-Bone. T-Bone with an exceptional qualifying position today. Hopefully he will be able to convert that into a race result. Sir Hames in third, followed by, or next to Anthony Colazzo starting in fourth, with Accession and B French starting in fifth and sixth. Bob seventh, Super Fun Happy in eighth. We got Ads starting from ninth next to Dip, who has actually not a terribly good qualifying. Dip has been starting pretty close up to the top 5 in the last couple races, so Dip has some work to do if he wants to get there and finish the race in the top 5. Dinosaur starts 11th, Cecil Turtle in 12th, Rick James 13th, and then Kai, our Division 2 driver, stepping in for Ember today in 14th.
Interesting qualifying grid. So let's hope if T-Bone, Anthony, and Sir Hames can put a flame to Willie's pace. See if they can shake him up a little bit.
Yep. Looks like Accession today is running a special livery for Team.com. I was wondering where the third Team.com member was. All right.
Still think the IKEA livery was an interesting choice, but who knows, Willie?
Yeah, I know, right? It was funny. The Art of Racing team had switched their livery in the D2 race to green, and then I mistakenly, or they did that to be less similar to Team.com, but in doing so, they became really similar to the Hoonigan Honeys livery, and so I ended up mistaking, like, I think it was like Sneak and someone else being on the same team because the livery was the same, but it looks like they reverted that for the D1 race.
Same. So
we got the Sir Hames fan club in the chat. If you're in chat and you're supporting another driver, let us know. Let chat know. Additionally, if you're interested in racing with us, feel free to click on the pinned link in chat. That'll take you to our Discord, and you can start racing with us. All right, we're getting underway here. A lot of track's pretty wet. Looks like it's in the middle section, so not terribly wet, but enough for the intermediates. We got our 5 lights.
where they want to be.
And the action starts now, so looks like Willie gets a really good start off the line. So Hames has a little bit of trouble. Accession, pretty good. Let's jump into a more better view for turn 1. We go 3 wide with Bob's Accession and Collazo there. Anthony Collazo gets pushed out to the edge and loses tons of position, all the way back down to 10th place. Willie maintains first position. T-Bone there attacking and getting alongside Willie into the 2 left-handers, the double apex, before we get to the first hairpin. Conditions are very precarious right now.
Yeah, then turning into the wet section, that means the intermediates just start losing their grip. Let's see how they handle it.
And T-Bone has made the pass on Willie, but at what expense? At compromising the exit, but not enough for Willie to make a pass. T-Bone is going to stay on the outside here into turn 10. T-Bone sticking to the karting line, getting that good exit speed. Oh no, Willie makes a mistake.
Oh my God.
No. We were just talking about this. It just takes a little bit. Oh my goodness. This is huge. I'm speechless.
Walker, what did I say? Lap 1, I'd say someone's going to spin out, and what's the chance it was Willie of all people?
Oh my God, I was not expecting that at all.
At least top runners to run their race now.
All right, so it is. I mean, the race just started, so there's plenty of opportunities for everyone in the top 5 to make a mistake, but Willie's going to have a lot of work to do to come and to catch back up to get the race win. So Willie currently sitting in.
It's a lot of ground to cover, even with damage.
Yeah, even with damage, yep.
So I'm curious, is he pit now, fill up a little bit, fix the damage, or is he gonna stick it out?
Looks like he's gonna stick it out. Yep. So yeah, it's interesting. I wonder if the damage to Willie's front end is gonna reduce downforce. Yeah, and make it more difficult for him to turn the car in, or even have some grip on the on the turn-in sections of the corners.
Well,
All right.
our assumptions are somewhat correct of more rear downforce that less turn to front will upset the car balance.
It's true, yeah.
But everyone's struggling. It's I'm glad not them right now.
We're right on board.
The Supremes having a good race so far. Both two cars up front running their pace.
Yeah, so Beef Supreme right now, looking real good for this race. And everyone's
Of course, the question is,
so,
can it keep on track?
yeah, everyone's so just, oh my goodness, look at, it's crazy.
Like I said, that off-camber corner is upsetting every single car. But seeing
Oh my
the
God.
lines to upshift a little early, going.
Yeah, I think you want to upshift super early. The benefit being you're not gonna, like the power is gonna be much less, so it's a little bit more forgiving. But you also have the added benefit of saving a little bit of fuel as well.
Yeah, have to drive a little bit and go a long way.
So Kai is up into 8th place. We got Healy in 9th, now looking to make that pass on Kai. Takes a look onto the inside.
Usually all over the curve to hook on the inside of Kai.
Oh, Kai, they getting a little squirrely. And these are really precarious conditions. Oh no, Kai loses the car and gets damage on that front left.
Spectator's curse.
So it's interesting, T-Bone and Bob are pulling away. We have B French sticking close to Sir Hames.
This corner complex alone is very tricky, even in normal conditions. But when it's looking wet, it's every maneuver you do is magnified. There's so much more caution through each of these corners.
Oh my God, I'm getting like tense just like watching them. And that's like the thing that you absolutely cannot do when you are driving on the rain, is to just be tense. Like if your arms are tense and you like need to correct the car, like you're not going to be able to fluidly, correctly countersteer. So it's just, yeah, it's just these conditions, man, they're crazy. So Willie has moved up to 8th place, now hunting down Accession. I wonder if there will be team orders here that will require Accession to move over for Willie.
The Accession was smart. He would let Willie by and then follow in the draft. You know what? Damage really still seems to have the pace.
Yeah. It might be the fact where the damage is also not super, doesn't affect the car a lot in the rain, just simply because like the top speed isn't a huge factor in in lap times.
Just watching the pedals, watching their movements, is just exhilarating. Just watching them pace themselves. Races like these are fun, but it always takes so much out of you because there's so much concentration on every single corner.
Yeah.
We already saw it several times. One of them was take a little bit too much throttle on the exit and cars going through the wall. Also, good to see that Willie has got past this session. Curious if it was in order or if it was by faster pace.
So B French currently sitting in 4th place. The highest up we've seen B French so far. You can already see a dry line starting to form.
It would seem the rain has stopped, but it's still a very wet track.
I really wish we could see the radar. It'd be nice.
Yeah, another, I don't say issue with the spectating, but another little quality of life that could be nice to have. The spectators can look at the weather.
There's so many quality of life things I want as a spectator. Alright, so Anthony Colazzo getting really close to Superfun, and Willie close as well. So Willie has closed the gap significantly to Anthony and Superfun. Willie there trying to find any way to,
corner cut.
yeah, trying to find any way to get around the two here.
I'm surprised that wasn't a penalty.
Anthony Colazzo.
Pucker goes for the inside and holds it.
Yep. Nice pass by Anthony Colazzo there on Super Fun Happy. Super Fun Happy now has to deal with Willie going down into turn 3. Willie takes a nice late apex there to get the exit speed on Super Fun. I don't think he's gonna, oh, he does get the overlap down into turn 11. Makes a nice pass on Super Fun there. Actually not that far behind the race leaders. T-Bone and Bob. T-Bone is currently 12 seconds ahead of Willie. I haven't been closely watching that gap if it's been going down.
He's dropped about 3 to 4 seconds. After the wreck, it was about 16 to 15-second difference.
Okay, so he is closing it down.
He's doing still a decent amount of time. And with that dry line coming up, those tires are just gonna start going.
Yeah, so it's gonna be really interesting to see as we get a dry line how difficult it will be to pass, since the areas right out, like outside of the dry line, is going to be pretty precarious, especially if they switch to a medium tire compound soon. So usually
at this pace,
good.
So at this pace in the weather, it looks like it's definitely drying out. So that's always the question: is how long do you think it enters for before they lose grip? Because it looks like the dry line is under the weather bar for normal slicks.
Yeah.
But the rest of the track is so it's treacherous. It looks like Bob takes that early pit. He's getting off those enters.
All right, so let's see if it'll pay off. So Bob and Superfun jump into the pits. I think they have to be extremely careful coming out of the pits due to that section of the track being not dry at all. I think that's been the biggest mistake I've seen drivers make. Oh, careful there. Oh, no. Oh my God, he barely made it.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
It's, I've made that mistake myself several times where, because it puts you at speed.
It does.
You don't crawl out the pits.
Which is actually a little bit better, because then you just need to kind of like coast to get to the, to get out of the pits. But like you can't really step on the gas like as you're, there goes Kai right there, stuck in the middle of the track.
The obligatory 3-second pit penalty.
I'm glad Bob didn't spin out, because he's having a really good race. And if he would have spun out there, that would have been really tough for him to. It would have been tough for him to lose all that extra time. And he did lose quite a bit of time too, but maybe not so much. We'll see. But the fact that he switched to mediums now and he's got a pretty good dry line, I think he'll be able to put some good times in and potentially build a gap and do a undercut on T-Bone.
I'm curious though how long these memes are going to last though. So, is it worth it going to pit this early and get to the mediums? Or, use the mediums as much as possible to only pit one more time?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question. Anthony Collazo goes deep into turn 1. Really looking to capitalize on the mistake. Anthony Collazo takes a defensive line going into turn 3. Gets on the wet line a little bit on the braking. He's getting alongside Anthony into the hairpin, but isn't able to get enough overlap to justify racing room. So Willie currently has the fastest lap, 152.8. We'll sync up with Bob soon to see what times Bob are doing with the medium tires. Current personal best of 155, so oh my goodness. Oh yeah, so Bob is already a second faster through sectors 1 and 2. We'll see what B French, Colazzo, and Willie do as they approach the pit stop. So T-Bone jumps into the pits. Surely the rest will follow. We'll see. So Willie stays out, and Anthony Colazzo stay out. Interesting. Both get onto the wet line to cool down their tires there on the street. So B French comes out and Bob passes B French. B French crossed the pit entry line, I think it was. I think he got across the line too late.
Might look too much curb. Well, I think too much curb going into. It's just a little inside curb. Pretty sure if you hit that, it's the penalty.
Yeah. So Sir Hames got ahead of Bob there in the pit stop exchange. So even though Bob had a 1:51.8, the fastest time in the race so far, Sir Hames was able to leapfrog him after the pit stop. Oh, okay, I see. He went off the track. That sucks. But also, Bob picked up more fuel than Sir Hames did. That's another thing to consider. B French going to serve that penalty. Has the same fuel as Sir Hames. So Bob dropped back because he got more fuel. Super Fun Happy has a full fuel tank, as does Accession. Rick James also jumps into the mix with a full fuel tank, but Rick James has a set of racing soft tires on. Dinosaur ready to go as well with a full tank and racing mediums. Looks like just about everyone has jumped off the intermediates by this point. And T-Bone decided to use the racing soft tires. Interesting.
What I'm thinking is there's going to be another pit stop. So why not throw on some softs and get as much pace down as possible while you're out front?
Yeah, that's a good call. That, and then also the racing softs do a little bit better when the track is moist. So yeah, because the mediums might not last the whole race, might as well just throw on the softs that give you like that little bit extra grip, but also a safety margin too when you get into the wet sections of the track by mistake.
And at this temperature, they won't degrade as quickly.
That is true, yeah. So Anthony Colazzo comes out in 4th place. Interestingly enough, Willie comes out in 8th place and still has damage on the front end. So he elected to not repair it, but he ended up picking up a 3-second penalty due to crossing the pit entry or exit line. We're unsure which. Maybe it's possible Willie spun out on the pit exit and then got front damage again. I didn't get to see what happened, so it's speculation at this point.
Yeah, it's a real possibility.
But his race is slowly becoming undone here. Not having a great race. This 3-second penalty is absolutely terrible, but he manages to keep position ahead of Ads. Oh, we got a yellow flag. Oh no, T-Bone! T-Bone is out in the mud. T-Bone was having such a good race, and something's going on with his car. I think it's like lagging or something. Oh no.
Might be either stream delay or connection issue.
I think maybe connection issues. He's having a hard time though, that's for sure. Alright, so Sir Hames back up in front. Will this be a repeat of Canada, or will he deliver this time?
Track is drying out more, so if you can keep this pace, keep it on track, stay off the little wet sections.
I don't know what's going on with T-Bone over there. He's still in the mud.
Even he may have had some sort of disconnect or something.
It's gotta be a disconnect. It's gotta be a disconnect. You know when like you disconnect and all the cars just kind of like drive off into like the wind? That's basically what it is. Yeah, there you go. Heartbreak for T-Bone. He has such a good race. That's so unfortunate.
And it's sad to see that that's loss of points for Beef Supreme. They had a 1-2 for a while. And now that's up to Bob to keep up that pace and hopefully get a podium.
Yeah. That's heartbreak for Beef Supreme. Now Sir Hames has Beef French putting on the pressure. Beef French is on the soft tires. That's why he's got the pace on Sir Hames. Sir Hames will do everything he can to keep him behind. Ooh, Beef French takes a nice dive into the inside line of turn 10. Makes the pass coming out on the downhill towards 11. So Beef French now in the lead. We haven't seen Beef French much in the season so far. I think he only has like a couple points. I think it's 2 points on the Drivers' Championship standings, but he is now leading the race.
And using those softs as a vantage point away from Hames.
Yeah, and the question will be, how long will those softs last? But again, like strategically, like you were saying before, it makes sense to run them now than it would to run them later because the track is cooler, it's wet, it's not going to degrade as quick. You get slightly more life out them, and then when you switch to the mediums, you'll be able to go to the end of the race. If by the time you do mediums first, so maybe there's a chance that they might try to run mediums to the end of the race. That's a possibility, but I think unlikely, especially here at Autopolis when it gets warmer. It kind of depends on the weather.
Yeah, I mean, the sky looks overcast, but the track is drying out. Yes, so either mediums, I think a soft medium may be a good choice. Same years. Happy is keeping his pace and defending well against the session. He's doing pretty good for himself.
Superfine taking a defensive line going into turn 11. It's good defense there by Superfine Happy.
Accession trying every move he can to get past.
Superfine having none of it.
But he's elbows out. He's making every corner stick.
Stick to the inside, going down the front straight. Oh, and Accession decides to take the inside, but he's not going to have enough overlap going into the braking section. He's going to try to outbrake him. He does, but he might have overshot it. No, he doesn't. That was a really great pass there by Accession. Late braking and yeah, not overcooking it into the corner. Very nice.
Just the right amount of brake was perfect. Now put super fun on the chase.
So Willie has gotten around Rick James. Rick James now struggling on those racing soft tires. And I think Sir Hames, so B French has gotten around, Sir Hames has gotten around B French. You can see how badly those softs are degraded. So the lead didn't last too long, but hopefully this puts B French in a good position strategically where he can finish out the race in the mediums. We'll see if that's possible. I don't know if it will be, to be honest. So Sir Hames, when did Sir Hames pit? He pitted on lap, like, was it 10?
I'm not sure. It would be actually looking at times. It's hard
lap
to tell.
Lap 9. Either lap 8 or lap 9. Probably lap 8. So he's been...
It says here lap 10 has extra 10 seconds, so...
Oh, weird. For me, it's saying that lap 10 he did a 151.4. Lap 9 he did a 204, and then lap 8 he did a 204. So my assumption here is that lap 8 was the in lap, lap 9 was the out lap.
Yeah.
That would suggest he's been on these tires. Yeah, that was just he's been on these tires for about 9 laps. And he's got about a third of wear, maybe a quarter on the front two rights. So I think if you were to pit now, you'd be able to go to the end with a set of medium tires. So B-French picks up another racing soft set. That's an interesting decision. I don't know if that's the right decision. I feel like he should have stuck with
Well,
mediums and got to the end.
well, there is the rule we have is intermediates count as the alternate tire. So maybe they can pull a difference and run full sauce the rest of the race. But it'd probably be too much tire wear.
Yeah, I think it's too much tire wear. I think the pit time delta is too big as well. So Bob has climbed back up to third place. Willie is now hunting down Super Fun Happy. Willie's still got a lot of work to do. He's dropped down to 32 seconds behind the leader, so maybe he did spin out or something on the exit of his pit stop. And as the track dries out, the damage on the front end is going to be more punishing as the race goes on. Yeah, T-Bone, we saw you disconnect. Yeah, heart goes out to you, man. That was, you had a great drive up to that point. So Colazzo's nursing those tires pretty well. SRAM's doing a pretty good job too, so not much of a difference between the two. Sir Hames will make his way around Kai, first lapped car of the session. Or maybe not make his way around him. Oh. Kai goes off turn 1. T-Bone, you had a really nice pass on Willie and on the first lap at turn 10. It's beautiful racing.
Friends still kind of good at sort of fits into Willie of all people.
Yeah, it seems like Willie's losing out a little bit on his top speed from the damage.
Right here it says, yeah, it's slow, even at the draft, he can't. Yeah, but he still seems to have good turning though, so. Maybe
It's just that top speed is just killing him, yeah. Yeah, like even in the, like you're saying, even in the draft, he's losing time. Losing speed. It's a Super Fun Happy. He's gonna have to make a pretty drastic move to get ahead, and Super Fun is not opening that window.
was looking at while Willie's trying to get past Superfun, he's just bleeding time to the other driver, so maybe Superfun is, you know, doing a favor for everyone and keeping Willie behind.
Yeah. Yeah, I think at this point, Willie is going to need anything short. He's going to need something short of a miracle for him to be able to win this race. Yeah, even getting alongside Superfun there, just he's not able to. He's not going to have the speed to outpace him down the front straight. So even though you can get a better exit on here at this last turn, he's not going to be able to take advantage of the draft to make an overtake. Oh, yeah. Which is a tough situation.
It's still very much be seen. Either he spun out or just didn't take the 2 seconds to fix the damage.
Does it say that? Superfun makes a mistake and allows Willie through. Oh, Willie lucks out there. Superfun giving him the position. So, B French is lapping, his fastest lap was a 1:47.2. That's very quick. Superfun's fastest lap is easily in the 150s. Sir Hames and Colazo are averaging probably mid 149s. So at best, I think B French is about 2 seconds per lap. Let's see here. With the remaining 18 laps, that's like about a 36 second gap, let's say. You know, if he has to take one extra pit stop, and it's faster than 30-second tire change, you know, like just hop in, hop out, it might be beneficial. But the problem is that B French isn't going to be faster than the mediums the entire stint. Like, he's going to be slower as these things. Yeah, like he's already in the 48s. And he has to pass a bunch of cars on track. So, yeah. Tough strategy.
It's the rain always throws a wrench in strategies. You know, as you start on the inters, once it dries out, those inters just lose so much grip immediately.
Now B French has to make his way around Superfun. Happy?
He nearly had him on the big left-hander, but couldn't stick it. Oh, nearly calculate on that mistake.
Oh, so Sir Hames is in the pits. Sir Hames is not going to go to the end of the race with the medium tire. Anthony Colazo now has the race lead. We'll see where this puts Accession, Willie, and Superfun Happy. Sir Hames even takes a little bit more fuel. And B French is going to have to make another pit stop very soon. So he's only like, let's see here. He's maybe like 5 seconds behind Sir Hames, and he was in front of them net, but he's gonna have to make another pit stop. But he could do like one more pit stop. I guess if he does another pit stop, he's gonna basically be a net pit stop down from Sir Hames. And Sir Hames is gonna go to the end. So yeah, I think B French's strategy, I think, kind of backfired on him.
It's a possibility that the tire wear was a little either miscalculated or underrated.
Yeah.
Wasn't as, intense as I thought it was.
I think B French is gonna find himself struggling to pass Super Fun due to his tires starting to go. We'll see if B French decides to jump into the pits. Bob there with a new set of racing medium tires, catching up with Dinosaur, his teammate. Let's see if they'll change positions. B French stays out. He's got the speed.
I would seem that Super Fun tried to turn him just a little more, but it seemed as a contact there.
Yeah, let's take a look at the replay. B French was there. Good overtake by B French there. So Bob does exchange positions with Dinosaur. So Beef Supreme running, looks like net 7th so far. Dinosaur needs to make another pit stop. So Sir Hames looking pretty good this race so far. Guy jumps out of the way, quite literally.
It looks like the top 3 are going to hold their podium because Willie has, 16 laps to go. Those meetings will not last those 16 laps. But Sir Hames definitely has, he's safe on pits, so on Succession probably, I think. No, Succession Taco, I think, is off the pit.
Yeah, both of them, I think, still need to pit. So Sir Hames looking pretty good. B French dives into the pits, so does Super Fun Happy. I think Dinosaur still needs to make a pit stop. Bob is ready to go to the end. So Bob picks up a couple of positions there. And we'll see where Bob comes out in relation to Collazo in Accession. Bob might be in contention. Yeah, he might be in contention for a podium here.
It depends how much fuel Accession and Anthony have to pick up.
Let's take a look. Ooh. So
Anthony, he's gonna lose so many spots.
Yeah, he's gonna lose a lot. But Accession, though, I think will be good.
Maybe,
but he's only like 28 seconds ahead of Bob, so maybe even less, like 15, 17. Yeah. So Bob still looking pretty good, I think. Bob in a good position to potentially end up net 2nd, I think.
I think it all depends on how fast the pit delta really is.
Yep.
Accession. Oh, and he goes off. He
Oh no!
understeers into
No!
turn 14.
Oh no! Commentator's curse.
Yeah.
So
Both Accession
Anthony,
and are both in the pits.
yeah, Anthony gets released.
He's still. It's,
Yeah, and Bob's still back there. Bob. Yeah. And Accession
think
coming
he's
out
gonna
of
pick up that
pits.
fourth.
Oh, he's just right behind. Yeah, he most certainly would have been ahead of. So it's interesting. He would have been. Yeah, so the pit times is actually not very big then if Bob spun and then is still like 10 seconds behind Anthony.
It is a relatively short pit stop.
Yeah, certainly the spin that Bob had didn't do him any favors.
He seems to he seems a very strong pace, but a very heavy-footed person.
Yeah.
Mistakes happen, of course. It seems like he can mistake, catch up, make a mistake, catch up. So interested to see how he, if he can make a clean race, see, how much he can put on the top runners.
Yep. And look at this Dip in 6th, but I think Dip will have to make another pit stop as well. B French ready to go to the end. So B French looking for a good result here after not a good result in round 1 or 2. But honestly, he could have been where Sir Hames is right now. He was leading the race. I guess that he was leading the race because he had the racing soft tires on. But if he would have had the mediums, I think he'd be at least 2nd place.
Yeah.
He's strong in pace here. He's got the fastest lap with the racing softs. Like, just the racing soft. I wonder if that was like maybe a misclick or something, Like, it pains me to see
possibly. Or it's just a miscalculation in pit strategy, because in the inters, unless you do serious testing beforehand, you never know when those inters are going to let you down. So I'm thinking, maybe he was thinking, the 2 softs and the medium would work, which is understandable. But did any of the softs roll in too quickly, probably? Or did it go as long as he thought he did?
Yeah, the benefit of running them twice and having the extra pit stop just didn't pay off.
But sometimes it does. Sometimes, said before, having an extra pit stop, if you can have a higher pace with a better tire, sometimes it works out. But of course, you could have the pace to use all the softs. But that being said, he still holds the fastest lap overall.
So the question will be, when will Willie pit, and where will Willie come out after he pits? He doesn't have to take any additional fuel, I don't think. So it's going to be a relatively quick one.
So let's say 30 seconds at most. We'll probably put him behind Bob or French.
It's going to be, somewhere around there. I think you're right. So even though Team.com is not having a super great race, Accession's looking to potentially put the car on the podium for Team.com.
He would take Willie's podium spot.
The updated chrome livery. I wonder if the team will sport that. The entire team will sport that next race.
Chrome is always a pretty color, if you can call chrome a color. It's always pretty. It's always pretty to see on a car livery.
Yeah, like the Beef Supreme is a nice example of that, where they have the matte fade into the chrome. It's a nice touch. So Dinosaur came out in 9th place after pitting one last time. I think Rick James probably still needs to make another pit stop. Ads looks like he's potentially ready to go to the end. Cecil Turtle, we haven't seen much of Cecil.
Always in the pit to see where he gets spit out at.
Alright, so Accession has gone
Looks
by.
like
Bob has gone by. Yep.
He gets the damage repaired, and Fringe has gone by. Oh.
Alright, so Willie now has a perfect car. We'll see how many spots Willie can gain in these last 11 laps.
He's trusting those softs to last 11 laps.
Yeah, that's...
Is that a gamble, or is he being calculated?
I don't know. It's obviously a gamble, because he needs to have some type of advantage to make the overtakes on track. The question will be, whether or not he would be able to make them last to the end of the race. I don't know. We'll see if Willie can pull some sort of magic out of his tires.
Well, at most, he would get past French, but the race to Bob would be questioned. Of course, getting to the question on is how well can B French defend off the Titan that is Willie.
Yep. We got a nice battle here between Ads and Rick James. Teammates. Ads with the tire advantage. Going up into turn 10. That off-camber hairpin. Back downhill towards the fast right-hander of turn 11. So Willie already on the tail of B French here. B French needs to defend going into turn 1. Is he going to take the inside? Nope. Willie dives to the inside and will get alongside B French going into turn 1. Make contact going into turn 1. Just a little rubbing though, nothing egregious. Nice pass there by Willie. So Willie already closing in to Bob. So Bob's struggling with those medium tires. That front left worn down quite significantly. I think Willie's going to make quick work of Bob. I think it was a smart choice by Willie to take the soft tires to make these passes on track. But again, will he be able to nurse those tires to the end? Especially after battling cars on track. Bob understeers quite a bit.
Yeah, that front left.
Yeah, that front left's cooked.
Laying down.
Yep. Willie will stick his car onto the inside line. Oh, we got B French in the mix too, so B French is coming up. Oh, I'm like, oh my goodness. We got almost 3 wide here into turn 1. Bob was looking on the inside of Willie, and then B French was looking on the outside.
That was some good defending on Willie's part, though. Having two attackers on both sides of the car and still make it through.
Yep. Let's take a look at the replay. Yeah, so B French has actually got a lot of speed here going into turn one. Oh, look at that, almost 3 wide there. Oh my God, that's awesome. Very cool. You know, Willie might be able to do this. He's already in 4th position. He's got accession 7 seconds up, and he's got essentially 10 laps to go. 9 laps.
Already taking a beating though.
Yeah, that's true. And the softs at the beginning were like this at the slowest rate, so that means as the race goes on, every lap that he does, the tires are gonna get worse and worse, but faster, faster as the race goes on. Battle here between B French and Bob going down to turn 1. Bob there with the worn tires, having a lot of understeer on the front left.
He's doing all he can though.
He's fighting tooth and nail to keep 5th position, and he successfully defends it going into turns 4 and 5. We got another battle here between Dip and Superfun. Dip there struggling with the tires. A lot of wear on Dip's tires there. Oh, and he gets rear-ended a little bit by Superfun. Two close battles going on, and looks like Dinosaur is joining the battle here as well.
This will be an interesting finish. I don't think Dave's gonna. Those tires are gonna last him.
Yeah, I think he's gonna have to stop for a set of potentially racing soft tires.
Try to save what position you can. First, try and go for another overtake, but Bob's holding that line as best as he can.
Oh no, B French cooks it. Oh, and Bob maintains the position. It looks like Dip went into the pits, or no, so Dip must have made a mistake somewhere. So Superfun and Dinosaur get past Dip for 7th place. Still a battle going on here. Yeah, it feels such a long time ago since it was raining. It feels like another race.
Yes, sun's out. You know, white skies, nice and sunny.
Oh no, and Bob gets, Bob loses position to B French coming out of turn 10. These two have been battling for the last lap. Basically the whole last lap.
But now Bob has to go on attack with a dying tire.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think Bob's going to be able to keep up after this one. So here's the overtake coming into turn 10. B-French was able to stick his car on the inside there. Oh, Bob almost turns into him. Maybe he didn't even see him.
Yeah, well, that's up to steering.
Yep.
Keeps it wide.
So Bob decides to stay out. He's still about 20 seconds ahead of Superfun. But Bob surely is going to have to make a pit stop. There's no way he's going to be able to go to the end of the race with that set of tires, as will Dip.
He might chance it. 7, 8 laps to go. We'll see if he pits. He's going to get dropped to probably what, 9th, 10th place. Also, it seems that Willie is closing that gap to Accession.
Yeah, he's already made it 2 seconds. And he's doing a good job managing those tires. Picks up the fast lap, 1:46.6 on the last lap. On lap 33. I think despite being teammates, I don't think Accession's going to give up the final podium position willingly.
Good chances to make Willie fight before.
Back out in front, Sir Hames has maintained the lead, managing those tires as well. Look, he looks like he's pretty good to the end.
And Willie has closed the gap to Accession, but I'm just curious how the tire management will hold up for the next just 5 more laps.
So Bob has come out right in between Dinosaur and Superfun.
He's got a nice fresh pair of softs.
Accession lets him by. Team orders.
Yep. Which is understandable. You know, Willie was eventually going to make the pass.
We had contact there between Bob and Superfun, and Dinosaur's jumping into the mix. Dinosaur takes a position away from Bob after he made a mistake, it looks like. And then he's giving that position back up because obviously he doesn't want to hold his teammate up from getting a higher position. Oh, there's some contact. There's some more contact.
Superfun got a little dirty and nearly lost it, looked like.
All the while they're fighting, they're allowing Dip to enter the battle. Let's take a look at what happened earlier down at that last sector. So Bob there tries to get alongside, but gets in the grass. Superfun's trying to leave some space to make a little bit of contact there. Yeah, and I think Bob didn't want to make an overtake and give a position back. So good on Bob there. So Dip is still on those tires. I feel like at this point Dip should have just pitted earlier and then jumped on the softs.
Yeah, 4 laps to go, though he just might be sticking it out. I'll finally get Beaver past to super fun.
Let's watch that replay.
It seems like the majority of overtakes are going to T1. Bob off the inside line, gets the overtake.
And it makes a lot of sense when you think about it. Like that last turn onto the straight, if your tires are worn down at all, you're gonna have a terrible exit, or terrible just minimum speed through that right-hander before the long straight. So if you're gonna have fresher tires, you're gonna have a massive advantage on the exit of turn 18, I believe it is. That little kink to the left after that long right.
Yeah. And then use your better tires, get that a little bit better of a braking zone.
So super fun. I think made a mistake there. Dinosaur is now up to 17th. So Beef Supreme with a 6-7 right now. 6-7.
Don't.
Somehow really claws his way back up into the podium position. Now only 2 seconds away from Anthony Colazzo, who's struggling on his tires. I think, are we going to see a repeat of race 1, round 1 at Canada, where Willie will pass Colazzo on the last corner? There's 3 laps to go. 2.5 basically. Both of them with absolutely almost 0 tire left on that front left. Colazzo on the medium, Willie on the soft. I don't know.
This is the battle of attrition. It's both down on a tire. Who's gonna make the 2 laps to go? It's gonna be a close one.
Lost a little bit of time there. So Sir Hames comfortably in the lead. He just needs to bring that car home. This is the turn where Willie will make up quite a bit of time. this is nail biting. He's gonna. Oh my goodness.
It's just the anticipation of what move does Willie make? Because they don't have a tire for Willie to make either a daring move, but Taco can't also defend as hard as he would want. So it's just who makes the move on the last lap.
Yeah, I think
This
they're
Taco-
both going to be dead tired. So I think Willie just has to find the spot where he's going to make the most time. And I think it's going to be now. Like, he's going to make the pass now going into this long right-hander into the long straight end of turn 1. I think it'll be hard to find for Willie to find some opportunities after that, but we'll see. Oh my gosh, super close.
As long as Taco holds his inside, there's a good chance he's going to have the lead.
Oh, they go side by side. Anthony is losing. Oh,
They
my God.
understeer. Oh.
They're still side by side. Oh my goodness. They just both don't have tires. They're both fighting with 0 tires left. Anthony Colazzo nursing that car, trying to get it to turn. Really having the same problem. But he has to make his way around Anthony Colazzo, and Anthony Colazzo's defending this almost perfectly. Oh my God, it's so close. Willie's gonna have an advantage here on this turn. I don't know by much though. He's gonna have a over under some better exit speed, but Colazzo's gonna have to go to the inside to defend going into turn 10. Oh my God, this is so close.
Both break at the same point,
my
don't put the
God.
same line.
Oh, Anthony
Oh,
shoves him off. Oh no! Oh my goodness, was that that was aggressive by Anthony? I don't know if that's going to be reviewed later on, but oh my goodness, what a battle between the two. And as we cut to Sir Hames,
Just cruising up from.
yeah, dude, what a great drive by Sir Hames today. Didn't quite have it in Canada, made that mistake. Round 2, we failed to see him convert. And finally, third time is the charm. Sir Hames, first career win in Division 1. Congratulations to Sir Hames. And we still have this battle between Willie and Colazzo. Colazzo doing everything he can to keep Willie behind him. And I think it will be enough. Willie crosses the line in third, Anthony Colazzo in second, and there's a battle between, oh no, it's not a battle between Accession and Cecil. There's Accession in fourth, B French with a great drive. I think B French might be kicking himself due to the strategy, but nonetheless, top 5 is a great finish. What an exciting end of the race, man. Willie and Colazzo. Love to see it. So Dinosaur now defending against Super going into this last turn. Looks like Bob will secure 6th place, Dinosaur 7th, and Super Fun in 8th. Close race between all 3 drivers. Man, what a we didn't really see much action in like the second half of the race, but all of a sudden the end of the race was just like insane.
It's always interesting how the pit strategies come together to see, what comes out on top.
Man, Willie's gamble to switch on to softs and make it to the end. That was something. All right, and we got Rick James bringing it home in 11th. We have Cecil a lap down in 12th, and Kai 13th. So good effort by Kai. D1 is no joke. So props to you for coming out and racing for Ember. Let's take a look at the results again one more time. So we got Sir Hames, our race winner. First time race winner, third time's a charm in the attempts. Anthony Colazzo in second, just barely ahead of Willie, them fighting in the closing stages of the race. Willie in third, Accession in fourth place. So good 3-4 by team.com. B French in fifth place, Bob in sixth, Dinosaur in seventh. Good result there by Beef Supreme. We have Super Fun in eighth. So B French putting some good points up for midnight threat level midnight, by the way. Ads as well picks up some points in ninth place. Dip in 10th. Not the race for Dip today. Rick James 11th place. Cecil Turtle in 12th. Kai in 13th. And the unfortunate DNF by T-Bone, who was looking good to potentially win the race in the beginning, but had a DNF due to connectivity issues.
It's always hurts to see.
Yeah. All right. That was intense. So Autopolis. Next week we go to. We have a week off next week. Let me check here. So next week it is Nürburgring GP. Then the following week. Sorry, the following week is Road Atlanta, and then we have 1 week off. But go ahead. You're gonna say something about Nürburgring GP.
Well, I'm not a fan of it, but I know it's a fan favorite for most people. And it's a circuit that always creates good battles too. Same here.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I really like the Nürburgring GP track. I think its corners are really interesting. It's kind of technical like Autopolis is, but like in a different way. Like a lot of the corners, they don't seem particularly technical, but they got some interesting camber and stuff to them. And then the corner complex with like the Mercedes Arena area is also really interesting.
Yeah, it's not a bad track, but also one of the
It sounds like you despise it.
I've never had a good race there.
You're like,
especially
with
one of the sketchiest T1s.
Yeah, it's...
one of those sharp hairpin. And personally, it's turn I guess 3, 4, and 5.
Mm-hmm.
I've always never taken right.
Yeah, that's a tricky corner complex. That the Mercedes AMG Arena, I think, is what it's called. Yeah, it's very interesting corner complex. That's really difficult to get right. All right. Well, with that being said, any other closing remarks? Driver of the day.
Driver of the day. I mean, honestly, I hate to give it to him, but Willie, with a spin out and damage, dropped from 11th to fight nearly back to second.
Yeah, I mean, I would give it to him, but I'm gonna give it to Sir Hames. Sir Hames had like a almost perfect execution of the race. Like treacherous conditions, like managed to through it all. So I think for me, Sir Hames
kept the pace, level-headed, didn't make a mistake. He just kept on track and just in first place by 10 seconds too.
Yep. Solid performance. All right, with that being said, we will see you next week at Nürburgring, same time, same week. If you're joining us on stream and you've never watched us before, we're Learners Racing Collective. You can join us via the link that I pinned in chat. So hope to see you there, and we will see you next week. So have a nice night, everyone.
thinking about you day and night. I can't get enough